Hey Mary. It's been a while, right? Are you there? Hope you still alive, haha. I know you didn't change phones or anything. Come on, just respond already. It's not like I'm contacting you at midnight or something.
Hi, Judy.
Oh, there you are. What took you so long to reply my texts?
I only just finished up with work for the day. So I couldn't look at my phone until now. Yeah, it really has been a long time. We haven't seen each other since we graduated high school.
Yeah, I know. It's been way too long. So you're telling me you're still hard at work? I'm surprised.
I mean, yeah, of course. What's so surprising about that? I've worked really hard to land this job. It's the one I've been aiming for a long time.
I thought you would be the type who would want to end up being a stay-at-home mom or something.
What made you think that?
Well, you got married to the son of CEO, right?
Yeah, his father is the CEO of one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the industry. But it's not like I only married him for his money or something. I'd never do something like that. Wait a minute. Why do you know that? How do you know a lot about my private life?
Oh, you don't know that. With the intelligence network I have at my disposal, it's actually quite simple. To be honest, I was so surprised when hearing that news. For someone like you whose only quality was her book smarts, I couldn't believe you managed to marry into so much money.
Judy, you make it sound like I only married him for his money. Like I said, it's not the truth.
Is that a hint of arrogance I sense? Are you trying to say that you're doing better than I am?
What? Where did you get that idea? I had no intention of doing anything like that.
Yeah, you'd be trying to pull off any kind of bragging. You made me get worried about how I'd respond.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to explain more.
Anyways, I wanted to ask you about one thing. I hope you could do it for me.
Well, it depends on how is that request.
I wanted to ask you about could you give me that rich husband?
I'm sorry? Are you seriously asking that?
Yes, I think so. I pretty clearly stated it. I want you to give me your rich husband.
You made me speechless. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Why are you acting so weird about? I mean, the son of the president of a company is practically a celebrity. I just feel like his potential is just completely wasted on a plain boring woman like you. That's all. I feel like he'd be better suited to someone whose heart and looks are pretty and glittery. Someone like me totally suits him a lot better than you do.
Sorry I didn't respond for a second. I needed to restart my brain after seeing the absurdity of what you wrote. Before I can even try to delve into your nonsense, I've got to ask, have you actually met my husband?
Nope.
So you're just asking me to hand him over to you without ever having seen him? Are you crazy?
What's wrong with that? It's fine, isn't it? He's got such a prestigious position that there's enough value in getting him as a husband.
Your thinking is just wrong. What is wrong with you? What do you mean there's enough value? Do you really take marrying someone that lightly? And that's not even going into how wrong it is for you to just openly ask to take someone's husband from them without even having seen them.
What are you going on about? Stop acting like I'm trying to do something unspeakable. All I'm doing is giving you advice. Ask someone who is much prettier than you, you should take my advice. I'm telling you, someone like him is much more well suited to be with someone who matches his level.
What? I don't need your advice. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, I'm just telling you what should be common knowledge. Don't you know anything about what society is really like? I mean, isn't it obvious that a man used to a luxury life would want a wife that matches that luxury style? You can't tell me. You don't understand it. I bet he just got some circumstances surrounding him where he just felt like he needed to settle for marrying someone like you. I know that if I were to appear in front of him, he would fall in love with me in an instant. If you just stay quiet and out of the way, you don't even have to do much to give him up. Just let me do my work and he'll come to me on his own. Then I'll be right by his side as we start to live such a gorgeous life together.
I don't know what to say now. You must be out of your mind. No matter what you say, I am not divorcing my husband. And it's not just because we love each other. Not only are we husband and wife, but we're also business partners. If I were to use your wording, I would say that I am the only one who deserves to be by his side.
Excuse me.
I will not just let you walk all over me with your selfish. You're an adult now. I highly suggest you start acting like it. Don't you start naively talking like you know how the world works.
I don't care if you think I'm naive.
I think you just need to accept that the world doesn't revolve around you.
What's wrong with you? Some plain woman like you acting like she can appreciate the kind of life she has. I hope you know that you're not going to beat me on this. I am going to take your husband from you. I deserve what's the best for me. I will make you pay dearly for denying me. Hey Mary.
Oh, you again?
You're on your honeymoon, right?
I don't see how that's irrelevant. What do you want?
Well, after looking into lots of popular honeymoon spots, I finally caught up to you. I've tracked you down.
Excuse me? You did what?
Aren't you still a little nervous? I know you haven't seen your husband since yesterday.
Why do you ask?
Well, I thought you might be able to guess. He's with me right now. Surprise?
What?
I mean, honestly, your husband was just too easy. I just made a cute little face, and from then on he couldn't keep his eyes off me. And he just came home with me.
I'm sorry.
Well, we've been having quite a bit of fun together. I guess that's just a way of saying I stole your honeymoon from you.
So what are you talking about? Anyway, if you think you're talking about my husband, well, sorry to disappoint you, but he's right here next to me.
Of course you'd say something like that trying to hide how much pain you're feeling. I'm struggling not to laugh at how sad that is going on. Enjoy your little Hawaii trip alone now.
I see you're wrong in more ways than one. We are nowhere near Hawaii.
Sure. Just keep going on with the little steps to try to hide your broken heart. It's not good to bottle up your negative emotions for so long, so you should cut it out soon. It's gonna hurt more later.
I think it'll hurt for you more if you don't start accepting that you really screwed up. Not that I really expect you'll ever believe me.
Excuse me?
Like I already told. There's no way I'd ever divorce my husband and give him to you. And he is saying that he's never once thought about leaving me either.
Oh, really now?
Well, I don't really understand what sort of enjoyment you're getting out of trying to rile me up. But my husband's telling me that he has a visceral hatred for women like you. And there's no way he would even look at you, let alone fall for you.
That's totally hilarious. You really come up with lots of crazy things to say. The man who's been with me the best parts of me would never say something like that about me. Especially not after I just had such a hot night together. And of course he's right next to me right now. So I know you're lying.
Either your information network is way off the mark or you need to get your eyes checked. Are you sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Well, anyway, my husband and I have things to do together, so...
Yeah, run along now and cry it out already. Go on and enjoy your heartbreaking single trip. Hi there. Mary? How is this going? I've heard some really good news that I just had to ask you about. I heard your husband divorced you.
You seriously haven't given up on this yet. I'd really like to just ignore you and let you live your life in your own little mistaken world. But seriously, what are you trying to do by trying to get me angry so much? What's your goal here?
What? I'm not doing something like that. Don't make it sound like I'm doing something mean. I'm with my fated partner, who's supposed to become my husband. He only married to you by accident. All I did was get him back from you to fix the mistake. And now things can go as they were supposed to from the start.
Every time you text me, I'm astonished at how utterly clueless you are. What are you even talking about? How can someone you've literally never met be your fated partner? There's no reason to believe that could ever happen.
I'm starting to think you're the completely clueless one here. I'm telling you, your ex-husband is here, with me right now. We just filed our marriage registration. How can you continue to be stuck in denial?
I don't know if you can call it denial. I can't tell how imaginary you are. Really, we haven't even gotten divorced.
Well, you are so stupid, Mary. You should change your surname in Stupid now. Mary Stupid. That means he divorced you without you knowing.
What? You don't make no sense at all. Anyway, I don't want to lengthen your stupid story. You must be next to someone now, right?
I've told you a bunch of times already. I'm with your ex-husband. This is the first time I've been with someone I just have such good chemistry with. Tom is so great, man. I'm so in love with him. Getting married to him is the best choice in my life.
Oh, his name is Tom, right?
Yeah, don't tell me that you forget your husband's name. Such a useless wife ever.
Well, I have to tell you something. Sorry to disappoint you, but my husband's name is not Tom.
What? Are you kidding me? You got the same surname as him. Tom Cruise. And you are Mary Cruise. Tell me, how am I wrong for that? Oh, I know you are just making things up. Stop it, Mary. It doesn't work for me.
Okay, I will tell you more clearly. My husband's name is Peter. Peter Cruise. And by the way, we're in Canada right now. Our company is going to open a branch in Ottawa, and so we have moved to Canada for the past 2 years. In fact, we did throw a honeymoon in Hawaii. But due to some businesses, we had to flight back to Canada not long after that. But that trip was 2 months ago. Maybe due to that fact that I have just posted these images on social media recently. You are literally the stupid one.
Really? You must be lying to me?
No, Judy. I'm dead serious right now. There is no point for me in lying.
But who the heck is the guy I got married to?
Well, I can't say. I have never heard the name you mentioned. So why were you so utterly convinced that guy was my husband anyway?
I talked to him in front of that hotel in Hawaii. After he talked to you for a while, it seemed like he was storming off somewhere to do something on his own. So I thought that was my chance to nab him. That's when I seduced him and invited him to my room.
Wait a minute. Could you be talking about that one lanky guy with bleached blonde hair who was wearing some jacket with a super gaudy design?
Yes, that's him. I remember that jacket. I remember thinking you couldn't possibly appreciate something that flashy. So you did know who I was talking about?
I mean, I saw the guy. But I have no idea who is that guy.
What? How could you not know him? How? I don't understand.
Well, I can only guess a little bit.
Just tell me. Who is this?
Maybe he is the guy who flirted me when I was in that hotel. We just had a chat for a short time. Oh, I remembered that we got the surname. What a coincidence!
I still don't understand.
Well, my husband and I were on our way to the airport. So it was when we were checking out of our hotel. The thing is, Peter, my husband, forgot something back in our room, so I waited in the hotel lobby while he went to get it. That's when that guy approached me and started trying to hit me up. But once I told him that I was a married woman on my honeymoon, he started looking annoyed. And when I told him that my husband would be back shortly, he stormed off in a huff, grumbling under his breath. That's all the extent of my knowledge of this guy.
Can't believe it. I got married into a random man.
Well, that certainly sounds like that to me.
What I really did.
But is that really a problem if you adore him as much as you make it sound? Isn't that fine anyway?
No. It's all wrong. I thought I could steal your gold mine from you. I was going to secure myself a life of luxury by taking him for myself. I did everything I could for the past 3 months to get him to love me. And now you're telling me it was just for some worthless guy. How could this happen to me? I don't deserve this. Please, Mary. Can you help me? I don't want to bury me life with this man. I did a very big mistake.
But how? How can I get you out of your problem? You should do it by your own.
Please, Mary. You doing business, so you must know a lot good lawyers. Can you let them get out of this stupid marriage?
Are you for real? You got what you deserved, Judy. No one can help you.
Mary.
Hey, can I have a moment of your time? There's something I need to discuss with you.
You want to have a discussion about something? Through text messages? Why not speak to me in person instead of choosing another method? I mean, we live under the same roof after all. There's nothing amiss with having a conversation in person, you know?
Well, have you ever thought that maybe I just don't want to talk to you in person? Frankly, the very idea of talking to you face to face and looking at your visage causes me to feel queasy.
Sweetie. There's really no need to use such awful language with me. I was just making a suggestion.
Don't call me sweetie and stop trying to be my mom. You'll never be her, got it? You may have been married to my dad, but you will never be my mother ever. So stop telling me what to do. I hate it when you do that.
I see what you mean, and I am sorry if I overstepped a boundary somewhere. I didn't mean to do that. But I really don't see why something as small as this needs to turn into such a huge fight. I mean, I've been married to your father for 10 years now. We've lived together a whole decade. I would just have thought we would have gotten along better by now. Especially now more than ever, since your poor father passed. It's just the two of us, so we'll have to learn to get along better.
What? No way am I living with you any longer than I have to. I want you out of the house as soon as possible. Do you hear me?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, but you want me to leave the house.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That is what I wanted to talk to you about in the first place. Actually, I've been wanting to say this to you since Dad's funeral began the other day. Now that he's dead, you're not his wife and there's nothing else holding us together as family. You're nothing to either my dad nor I now, do you understand? And as such you have no right to be staying in this house any longer. That is why I want you out of here as soon as possible.
Wait. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, but I think that I'm following here. Where is all of this coming from all of a sudden?
Didn't you read what I just wrote? This isn't just all of a sudden, okay? You never listened to me. I never wanted you here, and I never wanted you and my dad to get married. I have always been trying to think of ways to get you out of this house, and now I have the perfect reason. I only have one mom, even if she did walk out on us years ago. And that's why I hate you so much. You just barged into our lives pretending to be someone you're not. Do you really think I could ever live with someone I felt that way about? Do you even think I would want something like that? That is why I'm taking this chance to kick you out so I never have to deal with you in my life ever again.
But... Okay, look, Salim, I have known since before we got married that you never liked me. Maybe even hated me, but I pretended not to see it. But to try and force me out of the home where I'd been living the past 10 years of my life so soon after the funeral.
That's right, and since Dad's dead, there's no one left who will speak up for you. No one else who let you into her home. Full of memories of my family, my real mom and dad, and just let you mess it all up. Besides, this house was my dad's, which means it's mine now, and I can do whatever I want with it. So just hurry up and leave already.
But Salim, if I leave now you'll be all by yourself in this big place. Have you ever lived on your own before? Do you even know how to take care of yourself?
Of course I can take care of myself. I'm 18 soon, and that's technically an adult. It's no big deal living by yourself. Do you think I'm too weak or stupid to be able to? Are you just making fun of me now?
No, Salim, of course I'm not trying to look down on you in any way. I would never. I'm just worried about you is all. Chores and cooking are one thing, but how will you get money to afford everything that comes with living alone?
Shut up and get off my back. I thought I told you that you're not my mom and you shouldn't try to be.
But you're gonna be in college soon. I'm just wondering from where you're gonna find the money you need to survive. I mean, even what you inherited from your dad won't last forever, you know?
Well, who asked you to worry about me anyways? I certainly don't remember ever asking for your input. As for money, I'll think of something and make my own way in life.
I really don't think it'll be as simple to do as you think.
How many times do I have to tell you, just mind your own business? This is why I hate talking to you. Just leave me alone already, okay? Why don't you go pack your stuff and leave like I told you?
Well, I guess if that's really how you feel about everything, then I really have no choice but to go. But can you at least give me some more time to prepare my things? I understand you want me out as soon as possible. But even so, it's not that simple, and I have lots of things I'd need to get done before I could make that happen. I haven't even gone through all your dad's things to sort through them.
No. I won't be letting you do that. Who knows what you might try to steal if I let you go through all my dad's stuff. And besides, if I let you stay any longer, then you'll just find some reason to extend your stay. And so on, and nothing will change. Did you really think I'd let you get away with that? Now I want you out of the house by the time we finish with the funeral processes. I'm his daughter, which means that I get to choose who lives in his house after he's gone. And I've decided the one person the Peter house definitely doesn't need is you. So if you really understand where I'm coming from, then you'll just shut up, pack your things, and leave.
I understand. I guess I just never realized just how strongly you felt about living together with me. I'll leave the house, I promise. And I promise that I'll never come back once I'm gone. But I just want to let you know that things might get really tough for you once I'm gone. You're not going to regret this, are you?
Me? Regret kicking you out? As if. It'll be more like a dream come true than anything.
Salim, I'm just texting to let you know that I finished moving all of my things out of the house. I also wanted to thank you for everything until now, even if we didn't always get along.
And just who told you it was okay for you to be texting me? Did I ever ask about how the move was going for you? Did I mention anything about needing a report? I think I'll just go ahead and block you. If you aren't gonna respect the fact that I never want to hear from you again.
No, you're right. I'm sorry for reaching out like this. You'll never have to see me again after this, I promise. But I do just have one last thing, concerning rent for the house. I know that this month has been a lot, so you won't have to pay this time, but starting from next month, I'm going to be collecting rent from you.
Rent? For what? The house? What are you even talking about?
Well, yes. I'm talking about the house actually. Because we've been living together as a family this whole time, it wasn't necessary, but since you don't want anything to do with me as a family anymore, that just makes me your landlord now.
Have you lost your mind or something? Just why should I have to pay you rent to keep living in my dad's house?
Why? You ask? Well, because the house is actually mine.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't understand.
What? Oh, Salim, had you not heard about that? Yes, I hold the deed to the house where we all used to live.
What? That's not true. You're just lying to me. I've always lived here even before you and my dad got married. This house belongs to my family. You don't own this place, you're just lying.
Well, yes, your dad did used to have the title to the house. But I actually bought the title of the house from him some 6 or 7 years ago now, I believe. You see, your grandma was tricked by one of those telephone scammers and lost a lot of money. You might have been too young to remember, but it was a disaster for her. Well, that's when I stepped in and offered to help pay for all the debt your grandma had accumulated. Your dad was so grateful that he offered me the house then and there.
And just where did you come into so much money? I never once seen you go to work in the whole time that I've known you. You're just a housewife.
A housewife? Oh, Salim, that is just not true. I run my own company. Did you really not know about that at all?
You do what? Since when was this?
All the operations are handled online, so all the staff work remotely. We don't even have an office we could all commute to if we wanted to. I guess it would be hard to guess just because I do actually spend so much time at home. But a lot of that time I'm essentially working as company president.
That's not true. You keep lying to me.
Salim, it's not a lie, I swear it. That is how I was able to help out your grandma after she was scammed.
So you're telling me the truth?
Of course I am. I wouldn't lie to you. Do you believe me when I say the house is actually mine? Anyways, next month's rent is $2,000, okay?
$2,000? There's no way I can afford to pay that.
Well, you can't just live in a place you don't own and not pay rent. Furthermore, I recall you mentioning that being a grown-up means having the capability to pave one's own path, right?
Well, yeah, I said that. But I didn't know about all that other stuff until just now.
Well, what did you think was gonna happen? Did you think you could just come and make me cough up money for you whenever you needed it? Were you planning on trying to get me to pay for everything, while you bragged about having your house? I mean, I know an independent adult such as yourself would never.
No. Of course I wasn't planning on trying to get money out of you. It's just the $2,000 is a lot to pay all of a sudden.
Well, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I own the property. So if you're going to be kicking me out to live on your own, then you'll have to pay the rent to the landlord who happens to be me.
But wait. Truly we can talk this out.
Well, how about I cut you a deal? I won't make you pay a rent for the first 3 months. But after that, if I don't see any money, I'm gonna have to kick you out. Anyways, I'm a little busy right now, so we'll have to continue this talk later. I'll send all the rental paperwork to you this week. Keep an eye on your mailbox until then. Okay, see you.
Wait. Don't go. We aren't done yet. Maya, are you there? I have something I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Salim. Sure, what can I do for you?
Well, the thing is, I guess what I wanted to ask is, I'm just wondering if you've forgiven me yet.
Forgiven you? For what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that. I guess earlier I might have possibly lost my temper a bit and... Well, anyways, I've calmed down a bit now and realized that I might have made a little mistake.
I'm sorry, but I don't quite know what you're talking about. I realize this might be hard for you right now. But could you please just tell me what exactly you're talking about?
I'm trying, but... I guess what I'm trying to tell you really is that... I think if you wanted to come back home now, that'd be okay with me.
Oh, really? Did something change? I feel you just threw me out of the house. Why the sudden turn?
Well, yes. I did do that. But then with you gone, I guess I kind of realized just how much you did around the house. And how much there is to do without you. So I guess that's why.
I think you should just really say what you're actually thinking. It would save us both so much time. But if you're starting to see that managing a house all on your own is hard work, then yes. I completely agree with you. Therefore, I assume that you are unable to afford the rent and have reconsidered evicting me.
I mean, if you worded like that then...
You know, even if I decided to pass up on everything that Peter left me in the will and give it to you, I still don't think you'd have enough to be able to buy the house back from me anyways. And even if you used it to pay rent on this place, unless you found a job to help supplement that, you'd burn through your inheritance pretty quickly, I'd bet. And all of that is not even mentioning all the other expenses you'd be paying that weren't rent.
Well, yeah. That's kind of what I'm figuring out. And on top of that, it is so hard to keep a place this big clean. And I hate having to cook for myself every day. On top of all that, I have my classes and homework to worry about. Plus, I have to think of how I can afford the rent. It's just been making me feel ill both physically and mentally.
But of course it is. I figured that living on your own might be especially hard for someone like you. I hope the cooking is going well because I don't remember you helping out in the kitchen once ever. And yet for some reason you thought you were ready to maintain a whole house by yourself.
You're right. And I guess I just never realized all the things that you actually did do for all of us when we lived together. That's why I want to really sincerely apologize for the bratty attitude that I treated you with the other day. I promise to never throw you out of the house again. You always pretended not to see how I really felt about you. But I don't want you to do that anymore. I promise that I'll do my best to see that we get along. So please come back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I just apologized.
You hated me so much that you couldn't hold back from throwing me out of my own house, just days after your dad's funeral. And now you only want me to come back, because you're getting a taste of the real world, and you're realizing that it's not so easy on your own. I mean, have you put any thought into how you're going to go on like this?
But I apologized. I thought about what I did and realized just how much trouble I caused you over the years. Please, I'm sorry. What else can I say?
And I think that you're just saying that you're sorry. But the only real reason that you want me back is because you've realized how hard it is to do things on your own. So now you want the person that used to cook and clean for you to come back and do all that once again.
No. That's not true, I promise. I really do want to make up with you and try and be friends.
Well, that's the thing, Salim, I don't. I mean, come to think of it, I don't really have a single happy memory of interacting with you. I have worked so hard for so many years to try and get you to notice and appreciate me. But all you've done for the past 10 years is either ignore me or hurl abuse at me. You've only ever used my presence in this house for your own convenience. Even if you didn't realize it until just now. I really don't think I owe you the forgiveness you're looking for.
Please don't say that. Surely we can talk this out. Please. Mom. I'm begging you.
I thought you and I were nobody to each other. Anyways, I'll be expecting next month's rent soon. I'll send you my bank info soon, you can just make the payments through there. Okay, see you.
Wait. Please. It wasn't supposed to happen this way.
I apologize, I reflected on my actions. Please, come back to me. Salim repeatedly apologized, but it became evident that her underlying reasons were to avoid household chores and paying rent. Due to Salim's attitude, I reached out to Peter's older sister, who agreed to take Salim in and teach her some manners before college. After all, she raised 5 kids, 2 boys, 3 girls, who all are now exemplary adults. I had confidence in Peter's older sister's ability to teach Salim housekeeping, accounting, and manners. I'm taking care of their old empty house until the day Salim becomes independent and able to take care of herself. When that day comes, I plan to leave the house to her no strings attached and finally take my leave from her life. Although I don't wish to live with Salim again, as the daughter of the person I loved, I hope that she finds happiness in the future.
Hey Ivy. We need to talk. There is something really important.
Why you're so serious? Oki, tell me what's wrong.
I'll get straight to the point. I want a divorce.
What? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? To be honest, it doesn't sound like there's much to talk about. It seems like you've made up your mind already.
I really didn't expect you to respond so fast. Aren't you supposed to be working? I mean, I knew your job isn't all that hard, but I don't know you have a lot of free time to sit around on your phone. I guess you're not exactly suited for anything more difficult. But it's still a job. You should be taking it more seriously instead of being on your phone all the time.
Wait a second. I think I'm a little lost. Where is all this coming from? You just all of a sudden announced that you want to get a divorce. I think that would have caught anyone off guard. And then you add insult to injury by attacking my job? Do you even have any idea what I actually do? I'm actually really busy today. I just happened to see the notification from your text pop up on my phone. Well, I felt like my husband wanting a divorce was a good reason to stop what I was doing and respond. Do you have any more questions or insults at my job? Or can we go back to talking about the whole divorce thing?
Okay. I didn't know you get so defensive about your job. It's exactly this attitude that has ruined our marriage. And it is the biggest reason I want you out of my life altogether. This is a serious conversation. You can't just ignore me. Don't you have anything to say?
You know what? If a divorce is what you really want, then that's fine by me. Our marriage has been falling apart for a long time. It doesn't really make a difference to my life at this point. Honestly, I had a feeling it would come down to this sooner or later.
What? You're not upset at all. I'm your husband and you're just gonna shrug off a divorce like it's not a big deal? You should know you won't be able to survive without me. Don't act like this will have no effect on you.
I think I'll get along. It's just fine. I work hard to make my own money. It's not like I'm a housewife that's entirely dependent on you.
That's not exactly the truth though. I know you have a job. But it doesn't really pay enough for you to live on your own.
Are you sure about that? Maybe I don't make as much as you do.
Stop it. There's no point in arguing about this. I want a divorce and your lifestyle is gonna take a hit for it. Just admit it.
You make around $60,000 a year, right?
About that, yeah. I doubt that if you can earn that much however hard you try.
Right, it's a good salary for early in your career. But it's not that much. I'm currently making around $50,000 a year. I think that's okay for me though.
What? Come on, Ivy. Don't try and lie to me.
I'm not lying, but your surprise says a lot about how much you paid attention to me in our marriage. Anyway, I'm not worried about making it all my own. I may not exactly get to live in luxury, but it'll be more than enough to get by well.
But you'll still have to make some sacrifices.
You're probably right, but that's okay too. Anyway, if you're done trying and failing to make me feel worthless, did you have anything else to say about a divorce? We absolutely need to discuss that. But I can't really talk much during work. I've been away long enough. I'll see you at home later. Let's talk more then. That way we'll be able to get everything out in the open at once. Or is there something urgent that needs to be taken care of at this minute?
Just stop. There's nothing to talk about. I want a divorce. And I want you to go away. You have until the end of today to get out of the house, got it?
You want me out today?
Yes, today.
Don't even try argue it beforehand?
It's funny, Ivy. You were so smug about your 50K just a minute ago. So you shouldn't have a problem getting out of my house by the end of the day. You have more than enough money, right? Just get your stuff and get out. I don't want to see your face any more minute.
I think I know what's happening. There's something else going on here? Isn't there something that means you need me out of the way as soon as possible?
Look, you're grasping at straws here. Not feeling so strong now? What happened to all your confidence? In all seriousness, I'm sorry for the trouble. But you really do need to leave immediately. I'm getting married again and I need you out so that my new wife can move in.
Yeah, here it is. This is a real problem, right? So who's lying now? I don't know what reality you think you're living in. But that's just not happening. Just tell your imaginary girlfriend to pick a different day to move in.
Imaginary? Have you really not figured it out yet?
Figured out what?
I want a divorce because I'm in love with someone else. She just told me she's pregnant this morning and I want to do the right thing, to put it frankly. You are in the way of our happiness. So like I said, I need you out immediately.
Well, thank you for telling me now. I understand the situation.
What? Just like that? You don't have anything else to say?
Well, just that today is simply not possible. You're gonna have to wait until I find somewhere else to move. I'll move as soon as I can. But it could be a few weeks.
No, absolutely not. You'll be out of my house and out of my life today. Today. Don't you get it? You should consider it punishment for being so arrogant and condescending all the time. This is the last time I'll say it. You need to be out of my house now.
So that we're clear and everything is on the table. You do understand the position that you're in, right?
What is that supposed to mean? The only thing that needs to be understood is that I am still your husband. You'll do as I say.
Ethan, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not sure what your plan was, but you just exposed your own infidelity to your wife. You called me arrogant, but I think you need to do a little self-reflection and punishment. Let's talk about punishment. Let's talk about what's to happen to you now that you've decided to impregnate some random woman and kick your faithful wife out.
Excuse me? What exactly is that supposed to mean? Do you think that you somehow have the right to talk back to me like that? There is no evidence whatsoever that I had an affair. But there was plenty that you have been a terrible wife.
No, that's not true at all. I have plenty of evidence of your affair.
What? No, that's not possible. You're just bluffing.
Listen, Ethan. You literally just confessed to your affair in your texts. I just need to take this to a judge. So they'll be able to decide for themselves which of us is a lousy person.
You're so full of it. Texts and messages don't prove anything. There's something else that you think gives you the confidence. You're acting too smug. What is going on? You already knew, right? How long have you known that I've been seeing Lisa?
Are you really that silly? I know about her because you just told me. Thank you for volunteering her name, by the way. I'm glad I didn't even have to ask for it. That makes things easier.
Wait a second. No, that's not her name. It's just a nickname I give to her.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I've known for the past 2 years that you were seeing someone. It started about the time I started working from home, am I right?
What? How did you know that?
There's no point in getting defensive or embarrassed now. Now that it's all out there. All that matters is what happens next. I'll go straight to the point. You don't want to spend months of your life in court, right? So then we'll need to come to an agreement about alimony.
Alimony? But why you just went on and on about how you make enough to live on your own?
I do make enough, but I'm not the one that uprooted both their lives because I couldn't keep it in my pants. I'm willing to agree to a lump sum of $45,000 from you.
What? Are you being serious? 45,000? Are you insane?
I had a feeling that's what you would say. So I guess I'll see you in court. No, it's not happening. You will be gone by the end of the day if I have to throw your stuff out of my house. Since it's your fault that I have to move in the first place, it's only fair that you agree to this. I'm not going to live on the streets just because you couldn't keep it in your pants. I have no problem with the divorce, but finding a new apartment takes time. You can afford to agree to few weeks. It's not like the baby will be born tomorrow. In case you can't swallow your pride and agree to give me time to find a new place to live, I will make your life miserable. You think $45,000 is a lot? Let me know by 5 p.m. how you decide.
Why by 5 p.m.?
Because that's when the banks close. Remember the 45,000 we just talked about?
You want that today?
Of course. You want all this done as quickly as possible, right? That's why you're trying to kick me out by the end of the day. Oh, actually, I guess you could always wire the money to me rather than taking it out in cash. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Once that's paid, we'll need to talk about division of property and assets.
What? You even want more?
I want what's fair, and I'm perfectly content to either negotiate with you directly or handle it through the courts. So how do you want to play this? It's your call. And your girlfriend works at the same company as you, right? Since she's pregnant, the sooner we make a clean break from each other the better. Don't you think people are gonna start wondering about your relationship soon?
All right. That's fine. Let's just settle this. How much do you think is fair?
Well, I'll take my car and you can keep yours, but I'm also entitled to half the house as well as what we've got in the bank.
What? You're gonna ruin me.
You've ruined yourself. You can buy out my half of the house for $300,000. Plus, $50,000 from savings and $45,000 in alimony. In total, $395,000. Not too bad, if I do say so. Didn't you hear that I have a child on the way? Well, let's make it an even $400,000 if you want to be difficult. Or we can go to court. I bet I get even more if we take it to court. You'll end up with my attorney fees as well.
Fine. I'll wire it to you, but then we're done with that money. There has to be some way that you can be out of the house by tonight.
All right, you're smart. I'll call some friends to see if I can stay somewhere while I find a new apartment. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll take the rest of the afternoon off from work so I can start packing. I'll have all my things packed and out of the house before dinner.
Wow, you really do that fast.
Are you surprised? I've known this day is coming for the past 2 years. And I prepared for it. I couldn't predict exactly when it would happen, but I had no doubt that it would happen eventually. Obviously, I didn't know she would be pregnant, but still, now that it's finally here. This will all be over soon. Unless you have anything else to talk about, I'll see you later this evening. What's that? Hey Ethan. Stop ignoring me.
What? Why are you talking with me like that?
It really took you so long. You need to reply faster.
Okay, what do you want?
Are you ready to send me the last $45,000? You owe me that amount.
What? I don't owe you anything.
What are you talking about? You still owe me $45,000 in our agreement last month. You bought out my half of the house and gave me half of the savings, but you still owe $45,000. I mean $45,000 for the alimony. I haven't received it yet.
I did send you the money. I wired you all the money that you demanded. That should be enough to call it even. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I'm sorry. We agreed on $395,000 and I've only received $350,000. You still owe me $45,000.
What do you mean? You only received $350K? That is a lot of money. I don't think you're so greedy.
I agree it is a lot of money, but it's not the amount that we agreed on. Let me guess. You blew through the money so you could claim you don't have it. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't have any evidence what happened. Frankly, I didn't care. The only thing that matters to me is that you pay it. If you like, I can contact your girlfriend and ask her to help you.
No, stop it. You have no business talking to her. This is between you and me.
You're getting awfully defensive about me talking to her. Is there something that you don't want me to say to her? If you don't want me talking to her and you refuse to pay the rest, I guess it's time to take the situation to attorneys.
Just be reasonable. We can settle this ourselves.
I don't think we can, and I'm tired of arguing with you about it.
Okay, fine. I will wire you now. Just step out of my life. Make sure you never contact me again.
Well, that's easy to threaten Ethan with the attorney. Now I get all the money I need. I have prepared for this situation, so I have no surprise about his girlfriend. At least, he's quite generous and give all the money due to out agreement. We haven't eaten and slept together for a long time. It's been nearly a divorce. But now I'm happy that I get out of that boring marriage. I'm rich and free now. It's so wonderful. Hey Dan. Why don't you answer my call? I have called you 5 times. You don't call me back.
What's wrong with you?
Stop calling me Lisa! It's so annoying! My phone vibrates continuously.
What? Do you know what's time is it? You should have returned home now.
Today is a busy day. I'm not playing Lisa. I'm making money for this family.
Are you gonna be late tonight? I've made a cozy dinner with all the dishes you like. I know that you are busy lately, but today is our anniversary. Can you temporarily set aside your work and come home? I am waiting for you, Dan.
You don't need to do that. I'm not coming home.
What? What do you mean? Is it a prank?
Okay, I'll come clean with you now.
What? You're hiding something from me?
I'm staying at a hotel.
Hotel? For what? Why are you staying at a hotel? Do you have any business there?
No, it's not any business. I'm here with my new girlfriend. We have spent a wonderful night together. And I don't want you to ruin our time. And that's why I didn't answer your call, but it's really annoying though.
What? What are you talking about?
We are planning to move to a new town, too.
What?
I'm really looking forward to this. I'm so excited.
What? Your girlfriend? What do you mean you're moving?
You really are so dumb. Why can't you understand? I love my girlfriend more than you. So I'm living with her. I can't put it any simpler than that. Don't you get it?
That means... Were you cheating on me?
You could say that. But I'm getting serious about this. We're getting engaged.
But we are still married. So you were cheating on me?
Yeah,
Maybe there's no other explanation to this. So you're leaving me? We have been marrying for 5 years. Are you kidding me? We could at least have talked about this beforehand. I can't get it. What's going on?
yeah. Your processing power is the reason why you are so dumb.
I don't get what you're saying.
I don't have time to put up with you.
I can't understand what you've just told me. Are you serious about leaving me?
I have no plans on coming back.
So you're quitting your job too?
Of course, my girlfriend's dad is a millionaire. She will definitely take care of my income. Compared to mine, your salary is just a sand in the desert. I don't want to keep being a slave at work. I'm tired of just living to go to work. I'm going to enjoy living life with my lovely girlfriend.
Have you told the company you're quitting your job yet?
Maybe.
You can think things through again. If you're tired of working, you can get a long-term vacation.
My girlfriend owns a big company. She understands that no one respects me at the company. She helped know that I'm just giving my whole life to the company. So I'm gonna start a new life.
Okay, I really don't care. To be honest, don't you care about our relationship? You're willing to throw our marriage away? Are you fine with that?
What can I do? I have to choose what's best for me. Who doesn't see such a good opportunity?
I won't say any more if you've made your decision. So you aren't coming home tonight?
Yeah, of course. My bad. I meant to tell you sooner. I don't care what are you gonna do about the house. I'm not coming back, you can keep it. I don't plan on paying compensation. I'll give you the house.
But we have about 5 years left on the mortgage. I won't benefit from getting the house from you.
You should be grateful that you'll have a place to live. Yeah, lucky. You still have the house.
You really don't get it. There's no point in talking to you. I don't know what you plan on doing with her. But you will never be able to see me again. We will do our best to forget you too. Never show your face again.
Why the hell would I want to? I won't be living in this town again. You might want to meet me when I'm rich. You can look forward to that.
I'm not looking forward to anything. I really don't care. Now I'm disgusted. I'm so worried about what to do from now on. But you're completely over the moon thinking about living with your girl. I think it's ridiculous that you won't pay any compensation.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I have to sacrifice something to have a better life. Okay, goodbye.
Never contact me again.
Hey. How is it going, Lisa?
Who is this?
What? You don't remember me. It's just 2 months. Is it long enough for you to forget your husband?
Dan, are you?
Yes, it's me. Don't you even save my number?
You are not my husband anymore.
Okay, ex-husband. So, how is it going? Are you doing fine?
Better since you left.
Oh, it's painful to hear that. I am coming back. I miss you so much, Lisa.
What are you talking nonsense?
No, I really miss you. Are you free that weekend? I'm going to invite you to the Soon restaurant. That place holds lots of our memories.
Scam bag. I used to say I didn't want to see your face anymore.
Lisa, please hear me out. I made a huge mistake leaving you.
A mistake? After all the pain you caused?
I know I hurt you, Lisa, but I've realized my folly.
It's too late for apologies now, Dan.
Please, just give me a chance to make things right.
Make things right? You abandoned me for someone else.
That was a terrible decision, Lisa. I regret it deeply.
Regret won't fix what you broke.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn your forgiveness.
You think you can buy my forgiveness?
No, Lisa. I want to show you how much I've changed.
Can I trust you won't run off again?
I've learned my lesson. I'll never make that mistake again.
It's hard to believe you, Dan.
I'll do whatever it takes to earn your trust back.
I can't just forget the pain you put me through.
I understand, Lisa. But I still love you.
Love isn't enough, Dan. Trust and respect matter too.
I'm willing to work on all of it, Lisa. Please, give me a chance.
I don't want to go back.
But I can't move on without you. You're my soulmate.
Soulmates don't leave each other for someone else.
I was blinded by material possessions. It was a mistake.
Money can't buy happiness or trust.
I've learned it the hard way, Lisa.
I deserve better than being an afterthought.
You were never an afterthought, Lisa. You were always in my heart.
Actions speak louder than words, Dan.
I'll prove to you how much you mean to me.
You had your chance, Dan. You threw it away.
I'm begging you, Lisa. Don't let our love die.
Our love died the moment you chose someone else.
I'm begging you to let me make amends, Lisa.
Amends won't undo the past, Dan.
I know, but we can build a better future together.
I've built a future without you, Dan. I'm happy now.
I can make you happier than anyone else ever could.
Happiness isn't about someone else completing me.
You complete me, Lisa. I've realized it now.
I found my completeness when I moved on from you.
I can't bear the thought of losing you forever, Lisa.
You should have thought about that before.
Please, Lisa. Give me one more chance.
I can't go back to a place of pain and heartbreak.
I promise you, Lisa, things will be different.
I've heard promises before, Dan. They were empty.
This time, I'll keep my promises. I swear.
Words are cheap, Dan. Prove it through actions.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes, Lisa.
I've become stronger without you, Dan.
I'm asking you to be strong enough to forgive me.
Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, Dan.
I'll never forget what I did, but I'll spend my life making it up to you.
I can't let the past define my future, Dan.
But our love can define our future, Lisa.
Our love was shattered when you left.
Let me put the pieces back together, Lisa.
Some pieces can never be put back the same way.
Please, Lisa. Just think about it.
I've thought about it, Dan. I can't go back.
I'll do anything to show you how much I've changed.
I hope you find someone who appreciates that change, Dan.
There's no one I want more than you, Lisa.
You can't undo the past, Dan.
But we can create a better future together.
The future I see doesn't include you, Dan.
Please, Lisa. I'm begging you.
Begging won't change my mind, Dan.
I'll keep begging until you hear me, Lisa.
Your pleas fall on deaf ears, Dan.
I wish I could turn back time, Lisa.
Time travel won't fix what's broken, Dan.
I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy.
I am happy, Dan. Without you.
I can't imagine a life without you, Lisa.
You should have thought about that earlier.
I'm willing to sacrifice anything for another chance.
It's too late for sacrifices, Dan.
Please, Lisa. Give me one last opportunity.
Opportunities have come and gone, Dan.
I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
You should have thought about that before, Dan.
I'm begging you, Lisa. Don't shut me out.
You shut me out when you chose someone else.
I was a fool, Lisa. I realize that now.
Foolishness can cost you everything.
I'm willing to pay any price to win you back.
My heart isn't for sale, Dan.
I'll spend eternity making it up to you, Lisa.
Eternity won't change what you did, Dan.
Please, Lisa. Give me a chance to prove myself.
The chance you had is long gone, Dan.
I'll never stop fighting for us, Lisa.
Some battles aren't meant to be won, Dan.
I can't accept a life without you, Lisa.
Sometimes we have to accept what we can't change.
I'm begging you, Lisa. Don't walk away.
I'm walking away from the pain, Dan.
My heart will always belong to you, Lisa. Were you eating at Hanayuki around 7 p.m. yesterday? I saw you while walking on the street. This restaurant is so expensive, just exclusively for the rich. How can you afford to eat here?
I've had some changes in my life, Dan.
Changes? But you used to struggle financially.
Let's just say luck has been on my side after you left me.
Luck? Did you win the lottery or something?
Actually, yes. I won a lottery, Dan.
You're kidding, right? How much did you win?
10 millions USD. Enough to change my life completely, Dan.
I can't believe it! You're rich now.
I've had a stroke of luck, Dan. Things turned around.
And you never thought to share this news with me?
We're divorced, Dan. It didn't seem relevant anymore.
But still, I can't wrap my head around it.
Life can surprise us sometimes, Dan.
I'm happy for you, Lisa. Truly. So, what's it like being rich?
It's different, that's for sure.
It is wonderful. I still cannot believe.
I could pay out all mortgage of the house. My daughter now is studying at public school with good condition.
I've learned it the hard way, Lisa.
We all have our lessons to learn, Dan.
I must admit, seeing you here caught me off guard.
Life has a funny way of surprising us, doesn't it?
It definitely does. I'm glad you're doing well, Lisa. I'm trying to make things right, Lisa. Now you have money, but I think the sense of loneliness is not comfortable, right? You need a man in the family. The men you can talk and share. I know I had a big mistake with you and our daughter. But I regret now. Can we have a fresh start? Maybe give us another chance?
A chance? I already gave you at our anniversary night. It seems like you are begging me now. It was you who say life is full of goodbyes.
I am so sorry, Lisa. But you know what? I am nearly homeless now. It turned out that woman dumped me. She treated me like her toy. And she kicked me out when she was out of fun.
You deserved that, Dan.
I know. But since I returned here, my life's been really hard. I just can't afford to sleep in a motel and run out of money.
Ha ha.
What is so funny?
Ha ha.
Lisa?
You know what, Dan, how gladsome it is when seeing you like that right now. I should have been an actor or director, all the things follow my plan.
Plan? What plan?
Dan, I never forget that how you have changed in just 5 years since we got married. Maybe you don't change because it is your real self. The more we stayed together, the more you reveal your evil self. You always wanted a flashy life, you insisted to buy a Mercedes although we couldn't afford.
Lisa, are you accusing me now?
Shut up. Let me talk. You forced me to sign house mortgage contract in 15 years just because you wanted to live in a penthouse. And when I had some problems with my job, my salary is cut down to half, you scolded me, blamed me for not giving you enough money.
Lisa, I sincerely apologize for all that things.
At that time, I could not stand anymore. Due to all the pressure you created, I even wanted to suicide, but if I had died, our daughter would have struggled a lot.
What? Were you insane? Your life is more important than everything.
If you were me, I dare you to did wisely in that case.
Okay, you can blame me for everything. You can say whatever you want. But I always love you, though.
Stop talking nonsense.
Your attitude now is completely different from last week. I thought I could convince you.
You make me laugh, Dan. I had to pretend so that you would come clean about your current situation.
What?
Yes, now I know you have to sleep in the motel and nearly homeless.
I still don't understand.
You remember that I have won a lottery, don't you?
Yes, but what's wrong?
Right after the night I was about to suicide, I randomly picked a lottery ticket to test my luck. And for the God's sake, I won the first prize with 10 millions.
What? That means you had won that money before we got divorced.
Yeah. I firmly believed you would spend all of that money in a short time if I let you know. And I also didn't want to be your ATM machine.
Come on, Lisa. I am not like you think.
Are you dumping me? I cut the ground under your feet.
Okay, but what did it mean when you said director or actor?
Oh, I will tell you everything. I hire a girl to seduce you.
What?
Yes, I paid $50,000 in total to make it all. But it works. All the money you guys spent is mine, from flight tickets, hotel fees, or car.
Really? But why did you do that?
In order that you left me and I could legally get divorced.
How could you trick me like that?
You ask me? I lived a miserable life with you in 5 years. You didn't love me when I was poor, so you are never able to stay with me when I am rich.
I don't know what to say now.
I now live in a penthouse and you have nowhere to live. I can enjoy dinner at a luxury restaurant and you have to struggle for food. I can afford to let my daughter study in the best school in town and you are a miserable father.
I'll do whatever it takes to earn back your trust, Lisa.
My trust for you has been shattered into pieces. That is all I want to say. I don't want to see your face in my life again. I am hanging up.
Wait, Lisa. Lisa.
After that, Dan ran out of money. He couldn't even afford a pack of fast food. He then came to his parents for help, but I told them everything about his affair. His parents, after knowing his situation, declined to lend him money. He is no more than a homeless now. Well, I need to break right now after a toxic relationship. I promised to myself that I must be careful in dating with man.